Hi everyone, my name is Brian Taylor. I'm the registered dietitian with Hillsborough County Department of Aging Services, and I'm excited to be here today to show you some recipes that are quick, fun, and nutritious that you all can do in your home. So I'd like to introduce to you my friends here. We have Katie.
Hi.
And we have Megan.
Hey.
And they're gonna help me prepare some of these delicious meals for you. You guys ready to get started?
I'm ready. I'm a little nervous. I'm not the best cook, so you're gonna have to help us.
Hey, neither am I. So we're gonna learn.
So we're
as
in
we
good
go.
hands.
Yes, we're gonna figure this out. Hey, I don't know about you guys. I've got early mornings with the kids to get them ready, pack their bags, pack their lunches, get their breakfast ready, and to get them to the bus stop. And it can be very chaotic. So I want to show you guys a quick recipe. Now, whether you have kids or not, I know mornings can be crazy because we have to get to the office or get to your computers by a certain time. So this is an easy way that you guys can make these breakfast biscuits. They're nutritious, they're very easy to do, and more importantly, they taste good.
And not just for breakfast, right? We can eat these throughout the day if we are
Sure.
on the road and we need a quick snack.
On the road, before going to a workout, they have a lot of protein, a lot of energy, a lot of good carbohydrates that can keep you fueled up too. So you don't have to eat them at breakfast. You can eat them anytime, but normally this is when I would usually have them for breakfast too. So let me explain what we got here. We have our ingredients. We got some old-fashioned oats right here. Oats are a great source of soluble fiber, possibly help lower cholesterol in your diet if you eat enough of them, and they are very tasty. We also have whole wheat flour, so that's a little bit more nutritious than regular flour. Regular flour is pretty processed, has a lot of the nutrients stripped away. This one is less refined, a lot more fiber in there too. We've got baking powder, we got baking soda, which is traditional in baking ingredients. You got ground cinnamon. There's some studies out there for the possible health benefits of cinnamon in diabetes. I don't necessarily think that's a replacement for any other medical treatment, but it tastes pretty good and it doesn't have any calories there too. We got some salt. We have brown sugar, olive oil. That's good for your heart, good for your brain too. We have low-fat yogurt. I like to use Greek yogurt here. Greek yogurt has a lot more protein. It's got those good probiotics for your gut health and calcium, phosphorus too for your bones. We're using eggs. We got raisins there. Raisins are delicious, good source of iron, some fiber. But I do have a surprise for you here.
I'm looking at it and I'm a little nervous.
Don't roll your eyes.
Not so sure about this.
Our theme ingredient today is our friend the avocado.
Okay, you sold me on everything but the avocado. How are you going to make that taste like a delicious breakfast?
You won't even taste the avocado. It's going to add some of the texture, some of the creaminess to these biscuits.
All right.
Plus, avocados have so much nutritious value. I know in the past there's all these fad diets out there. Stay away from fat, stay away from these certain foods. So a lot of times avocados were kind of shunned, like the bad food because they're high in fat. These things have so much protein. They're almost one of these superfoods out there. They have great unsaturated fats. If you all kind of think about it, your brain is made up mainly of fat, water, some proteins, and this can help with brain health. We've got our utensils out. We've washed our hands. You guys ready to get going?
Let's do
Of
it.
course.
All right, so we preheated our oven to 375. The oven is down here. We're ready to go. So what we want to do is we want to combine our dry ingredients here.
Okay.
So you can help. And we got our old-fashioned quick oats here. We're going to need those measured out. So
See here.
that is going to be...
Okay.
Now, why are oats so important to somebody's diet, especially for fiber?
Yeah, fiber's a lot of benefits to it. Specifically, oats have a lot of soluble fiber. What that does is in your intestines, it binds with bile. Bile is produced in your liver and helps with the absorption of certain fats. It's made of cholesterol. So in your intestines, a diet full of soluble fiber, a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables, it can bind some of this fiber, cholesterol in your body, and then you just excrete it out. So that can help lower cholesterol for people that have high cholesterol. So that's one of the reasons why oats is good. It's good for fiber. Fiber is good to help you go to the bathroom, along with other possibilities of reducing certain risk for certain cancers. And it just tastes pretty good.
And all of these ingredients that we have here today, they're super easily accessible at any grocery store.
Any grocery store, there's a lot of off-brands, so you don't have to buy the expensive main brands. I know I'm on a budget, so we always try to be cost effective when we purchase our foods too. You can buy these in bulk. which is going to be a lot cheaper than maybe buying in smaller amounts. And even for breakfast, these are pretty easy to make, and you can always add a little bit of raisins and just a little bit of brown sugar or whatever kind of fruit to make it a little bit sweeter. So there's definitely more uses for it than just these cookies that we're going to make.
So we got our oats. What's next?
All right, next we need our flour. Here is our whole wheat flour that we're going to be using there. And I think did we need some plastic? Nope, we're going to do that here live.
Doing it live.
All right.
3/4. That is
Yep.
1/4. Now, a lot of this stuff that we're making these with should be sometimes in your pantry, that people will always have in their pantry.
of
So
times.
it's very easy to keep these.
And if you're like me, I don't know, I have a bag of flour in there that it's just been sitting there. So always check your expiration dates. Make sure it's fresh or within the usable date there too. All right, so we got our flour. Next, we're going to use our baking soda, baking powder, and our salt. And you can just go ahead and pour that in. That's already been
already put together
ready to
for
go.
us.
TV magic.
All right, so we have that. Next, we're going to do our wet ingredients. So do we have another bowl? Right there.
We do.
Perfect. We're going to take our egg. You want to crack the egg? Or you... Pressure is on. Now be very careful when you're cracking your egg. You want to make sure you don't get any of the egg yolk or egg on you. Right now we want to add our oil. We want to add
Perfect.
our
Our olive oil over there.
brown sugar and cinnamon. Here
Which
you
we already
go.
have together.
Yep.
This one goes in the separate bowl or in the egg mixture?
This one goes in that bowl.
Third bowl.
We're going to cream together a little bit of the avocado, the oil, the yogurt, and then the eggs. So very good. All right, we have our avocado here. Do you guys know what it was originally called or another name for the avocado?
No.
It's called the alligator pear. Any ideas why?
You're making that up.
I'm not making it up.
Why?
Looks like a pear, and if you feel it, not that I've ever pet an alligator before, but I imagine from what I've seen at the zoos or in the lakes around Florida, it's kind of rough, like an alligator skin. So they call this the alligator pear. Just fun facts.
That is a
That is
very
a
fun
If you're ever on
fact.
Jeopardy, it might come in handy.
Use that at parties.
And a couple things to remember when you pick out avocados, it should be a little squishy.
Mm-hmm.
If it's really squishy, it's going to be too ripe. If it's really firm, that means it's underripe. You can also check, there's a little button on here. This one that happens to be removed, you can flip it up and you want to see it kind of like a little brownness to it. And that's another way of telling the avocado is ripe.
How does the ripeness impact the taste if it's too ripe or not ripe enough?
Well, if it's not ripe, it's going to be hard and you're not going to be able to cream and mash things together. So taste-wise, it's just going to, the mouthfeel be a little crunchier, a little, it won't just taste right. So right now, we're just going to use a half avocado.
Are we scooping this into the egg mixture or the oil?
We're going to scoop this into the oil mixture,
Okay.
and then we're going to kind of cream it together.
Okay.
Now, usually how long would this take somebody to make? And like, say you want to do it in the mornings, make
In the
this
mornings,
recipe.
Probably maybe about, depends. If you have to measure out all the ingredients, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how many times you do it. The more times you do it, the easier it gets. You might want to use a fork here. That might make it a little bit better. And then we got to add our yogurt here. If you have to have some kind of a sweetened yogurt, try to get the ones with the less amount of sugar to it.
Okay.
So I see here it's almost like a dough.
It's
Like
almost
you've been
like a
baking.
dough. You want to mix it up so that it's completely coated. There you go. Incorporate all the oats and all the flour in there.
It already smells good.
And then finally, while you're mixing, Megan, you want to go ahead and measure out some raisins. If you don't like raisins, you can use dates. If you don't like, you can also, I'm sorry, brown
Yep.
sugar I handed. There you go. You could
I
also,
love sugar, but I don't think we want to add any more to this.
You could also use craisins or any kind of a dried fruit. Just be careful. Realize that when you have dried fruit, it has a lot of extra calories in it too. So that's not one of those fruits that you want to eat a lot of handfuls throughout the day. But it will give you good energy and a lot of good nutrition.
Now, how long will this, can you make this batter beforehand, or can you freeze these once it's done like this?
Yeah, you can freeze the batter. You can make this like on a Sunday, and if you want to pop them in the oven fresh, just take them out. A good idea maybe to make small balls and put them in like Ziploc bags or some kind of a freezer container. and that way you just put them on, preheat the oven, and you can bake them the day of, so you can have a nice hot treat. Shall we put it in the oven?
Let's
Yes,
do it. I'm
please.
excited.
Now you said 375, and
Yep.
how long do these sit in the oven for?
Now, ovens are different. Each oven's a little different. They kind of recommend 18 to 22 minutes. I'd always start on the low side. In fact, I might even set it for 15 minutes. And once you start to smell it in the oven, it's going to smell real good. It's going to kind of smell like a fall day is what I would think it kind of remind me of. Start to check it. You just want to make sure that it's completely solid and not getting too burnt. Okay. So set a reminder. Don't rely on your memory like sometimes I do. I've known to burn many things without setting a reminder. So either on your microwave or if you have one of those gadgets that can do it on your phone, just set it for 15 minutes and then check it.
And I think we have
we
batch
have one
ready
done.
to go.
We do have
I
some
can
batch.
smell it.
Wow.
It smells
Yes.
exactly like you described it, a fall day. It's very sweet and delicious.
Now, these look amazing, and they smell amazing.
Perfect golden brown.
That's exactly it. Now, if you really wanted to make this into maybe like a little after dinner dessert, you can maybe get like a frozen yogurt or top it with a little bit of fresh strawberries and some light whipped cream to kind of give it a little bit of variety there too. So
I like the way you think with that.
There
This
you go.
Dessert is
So you-
always on my mind.
All right, do we try it?
All right, I'm gonna put these on the plate.
Brian, these are so delicious. You cannot even taste the avocado. You've officially won me over. I cannot wait to make them at home. Where do I find your recipe?
Good. Hopefully we won a lot of people over today. You can find these at the county's website, hcflgov.net.